Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Nexus Gaming Series cast. My name is RavenX, and I would like to welcome you all to the very first cast with all of the new shiny NGS logos and everything else that you're going to see tonight. I do want to thank 2D Mouse and everyone else that has created all of these absolutely wonderful assets that you guys are going to be able to enjoy this tonight. I know I had fun setting them up, so I'm hoping you're going to have a wonderful time watching, as well as our teams that we have going tonight. I have two casts that I'm going to be doing between now and about 2 a.m. Eastern, so hopefully you guys are in for the long run with me. Up first, we have Division C West, Tass though, versus FileFin, followed by Can't Pick Counter Pick Stupid versus Arrogant Nephilim. And that game will begin at 12:30 a.m. Eastern. So, once again, thank you very much for joining me. I do have my teams in our lobby. We're going to go ahead and go over real quick, just to introduce both of our teams, looking over what what they've done so far this season, and then take a look at what we have set up for this evening in terms of maps, bans, and whatnot. So let's go ahead and hop right in over to what we're looking at in terms of teams. So to start it off, we have Tass though. Looks like they started off this season rather strong. They had a 2-0 domination over Can't Counterpick Stupid. And then looks like they followed that up a few days later with a 2-1 victory over Arrogant Nephilim. So they're looking pretty good going into the season. Can't wait to see how their season pans out. Now, looking over here at FileFin Mrgles, they have only had one game versus Piecemeal. And they did get dominated 0-2 against them. So tonight, looking to come out and show that they're much more than that 0-2 the last week. So, taking a look at our maps for this evening, we have banned. Take a look here. Dragonshire and Sky Temple banned by Tass though. And then Infernal Shrines and Towers of Doom banned by FileFin Mrgles. Now, Mrgles did win the coin toss. They did opt for first pick, so Tass, though, opted to go ahead and pick Tomb of the Spider Queen for map number 1. So, can't wait to get this started. We are going to go ahead and hop into a draft here. Let me make sure both teams are ready. Tight here, just one moment. Please let me know if there's any issues, if you're seeing or hearing anything that I need to correct in my sound, in the video, the audio, anything at all. Feel free to throw it up in chat, and I will be more than happy to fix it in between games. Otherwise, both teams are ready. We are going to go ahead and get this game started here in just a few seconds. Give them a countdown. And here we go. Alright, draft number 1, Tomb of the Spider Queen. I'm excited. I hope you guys are all excited as well. I am absolutely ecstatic to see what these teams can do, what they choose in this draft, just literally everything about it. I love this game. Hopefully you love this game. Hopefully you're here because you love this game. Alright, so on the side of FileFin Mrgles, we do have a Kael'thas ban. Great wave clear, a little bit of CC, decent burst damage, a little bit of poke damage with the bombs. So get that hero right out of here. Now on the side of Tass though, expecting a tank ban. There it is. Always expecting the tank ban. Joe, fantastic wave clear, all around good tank. Good thing to get rid of, especially when you're second pick, because she would likely get picked up pretty much immediately. We're response ban, we are banning all of the mages on the side of FileFin Mrgles. Li Ming, good poke. Not a huge fan of her on the map, but if you have a good Li Ming player, she can be an absolute threat. So she's off the board. Looking to see either a high priority DPS or another tank come out from that Tass though here. Diablo ban. Yet another tank gone. Not going to see any of the Lord of Terror today. At least not this game. And in response, they ban two mages and they pick up one of their own. So Jaina, once again, great wave clear. All around good good hero, great burst. At 13, basically unbeatable. But she will be she'll be their priority pick. And in response, we have a Stitches and a Nazebo. Those are spicy. Love everything about it. Hoping to see the new Nazebo build with the changes to what's that talent? The used to be the horse pants build. I can't think of what it's called, but the addition of the ability to get spell power as you up your trait is fantastic. Stitches is definitely a wild card, so we'll see what can be done with that. It does have good wave clear. The response to that by FileFin Mrgles is an ETC and a Deckard. ETC, once again, one of the staple tanks, just does a lot of things very well, and they pick up a Deckard. Personally, haven't seen much of him in coordinated myself. Haven't played with him much. Haven't seen him in. He's basically been non-existent. He is retired in Storm League, so I'll be excited to see what he does tonight. Ooh, we have no ban on the side of that Tass, though. Alright, so give them the option to actually ban a hero. Alright, well. Alright, so Brainmain is banned in spirit, theoretically. We'll see what see what happens. Mafurian banned. No healer picked up on the side of that task though, so that's a good choice. For them to ban so that no stitches hooks into roots, those can be problematic. The pickup on the side of that task though, Kerrigan Hanzo. This continues to be the spiciest of drafts. Kerrigan, if you have a good Kerrigan player, she is absolutely horrifying. Decent wave clear. She can offlane if need be. Hanzo, poke god. He has pretty decent wave clear at 4, and camp control. They have the potential for boss control if he goes scatter, but we'll see what he does with that. And then in response, final 2 pickups by FileFin, Mrgles, Sonya, and Raynor. Once again, they have rounded out their draft with 2 more well-rounded heroes that do things really well. They don't necessarily stand out in anything that they do, but you know, if you have characters that do everything at a decent way, and all of those players, all those heroes come together, then you all around just have a really good draft. Now, as a final pick for Tass though, Stukov, Silence Pool, massive. Silence Pool under Stitch's hook into Kerrigan stun. It doesn't matter who it is, etc. Sonya, the boss, they're all dead. So I'm excited to see the combo potential from that task though. And we are going to go ahead and get started with this map number 1. Once again, Div C West. That task though versus FileFin Mrgles. Let's switch over to our in-game overlay. Once again, thank you to my veteran casters for putting all of this together. It looks absolutely fantastic. Give them all a round of applause. Pop some. If you're subbed, happen to be subbed, pop some ravens in chat. But if not, let's go Pog. Put PogChamp in chat. PogChamp is always a good choice. Now, as always, regular season, we are on a best of 3. So, again, in about 80 minutes, I have another cast, but I am more than happy to see a best of 3 come out here. So let's see what they can do. This cast tonight brought to you by a few energy drinks on my desk. Not going to give them names, but they are definitely going to help me through the evening. Let's go ahead and start on the right side with FileFin Mrgles. We have Wrecked on the Jaina. We have Smoke on Sonya, floating on down bot already. Tongan on ETC. Lollins on Raynor. And picking up the old man, Deckard Stony. Now, on the blue side, that Tass, though, we have Jaslu on Hanzo, Kurt Dog on the Kerrigan, Javaro on Stitches, Hemo Santiago on the man with the big arm Stukov, and Rigor Mortis on Nazeebo. Looks like we have an off lane. Oh, maybe an off lane Hanzo. See what happens here. That's going to be interesting. But we have Kerrigan, Stitches stepping up. They don't care at all. Deckard root for a zone. They're just going to walk right out of that. Going to clear a wave, and then they're going to go ahead and hop up top. FileFin Mrgles sitting at their wall. They want none of that. No smoke. They're just going to go ahead. We're going to pick up the soak from our wall, be safe, and oh, maybe not. Maybe they are going to step up. We have a power slide onto the Stitches. ETC kind of isolates himself a little bit. Does get grabbed, however, no combo, so he's going to walk away alive. Tass looks like he went down bot and brought himself back to mid, so they're going to go ahead and catch another wave. Meanwhile, we do, in fact, have a Hanzo into a Sonya. Sonya is going to be a very, very sad barbarian. She'll probably be able to safely, well, as I say that, she's getting chunked down pretty hard, so if she continues to sit outside her wall, she's just going to basically die, so I kind of like this decision to have the Hanzo on the offlane, so long as he doesn't get gap closed too hard. Alright, so back up here top, saw Deckard root, looking to zone out for his team. Tongan about halfway to death, however, potions are going to keep him relatively healthy as he rotates through on his team. Slight XP advantage, probably not in any way significant. Nope, it's evened out, so they're just, the rotations are a little bit slower on the side of that task though. However, aggressive rotation by FileFin, they are going for the Stitches. He is a very meaty boy, so picks on him probably aren't going to matter. However, picks on an ETC on the other hand, they get the combos on him while he will be in the slaughterhouse. Alright, regular rotation, no aggression from FileFin this time. We do get a slide on top of Kurt Dog on the Kerrigan. She's going to get rooted, get a couple of shots on her down to half health, but she's going to ultimately walk away with no real issues. Lowen stepping up really far, trying to get poke on the fat boy. Stony grabbed, puts out a root to help save him. However, Stukov's sitting in a lot of Jaina damage. It does go down. Kurt Dog in here looks like he's about to eat a bunch of bullets to the face as well. One good slide and he is gone. Alright, so we do have things starting to look in the favor of FileFin Mrgles as we go. Stitches, they're going to run him down too. Stitches is going out of here. And that is a pretty substantial loss of gems. Looks like Hanzo's going to step up here and pick up a few, but they are less than half of the amount that FileFin has. And FileFin can go ahead and turn in almost without issue. Hanzo's going to step up and try and get something. Does get power slid, but he's going to jump the wall and get the hell out of there. Poor Smoke, he's sitting down here with no health. Guy's shooting arrows at me and there's nothing I can do about it. Alright, back up here in our mid lane. Now, we do have over half a level lead by FileFin, so they are going to look to push that as much as possible. Kurt Dog's a little bit out. Just jump on the ETC to get out, however, the slide and power slide, slide and boop with the Jaina AoE on top. He is gone. So that Tass in a little bit of trouble. They have a pick comp, but they've not been able to get any picks to the 0 to 4 kills here. Go ahead and show talents here. I haven't looked at them just yet. We did get Think of the Deep by Nazebo. He is at his 50 stacks, so he does have an extra 10% of his spell power here. Hook goes out, doesn't get anyone. He's going to go ahead and back right out of there. Fury of the Swarm, Savor the Flavor. He's got a stacking quest here. Not personally a huge fan of that, but it is a thing. Redemption for the offlane Hanzo, of course. Gonna poke this Sonya to death. Looks like Tongan goes in for a slide, doesn't hit anyone, so he's gotta walk back out. Kurt Dog goes for a dive, and also doesn't grab anyone. See what happens here. Stitch is just getting poked out. Hook onto the ETC, has to slide out. He's gonna go right back in. That may not be a good life decision. He's still going for it. He gets hit by any number of combos. He is going to be a very dead cow. There's a combo. That was ambitious, and Kerrigan died for it. Meanwhile, back at our talents, we do have Ace in the Hole, Scroll of Identity. I see a lot of stacking quests. That's Frost Armor. That's an interesting decision. I guess she's looking to not die to a Kerrigan dive. Go ahead and pop these off the screen here. If anybody wants to look at the talents at any given time, just let me know. I tend to forget that they do exist until the game is over. Alright, first turn in by FileFin Mrgles. They have a pretty substantial lead of almost a level at this point. They just kind of can do whatever they want. They have a Sonya up here pushing with the rest of the team. And that is a lot of aggression, a lot of siege. Look to grab a root onto the Kerrigan, but she walked out of there, didn't get it. Lots of slows on everyone by the Stukov. That was some decent peels, but it looked like FileFin was backing off anyway. Root's going out on cooldown, just trying to create as much chaos as possible for his team. Hook on the Sonya. She walks away, no problem. ETC standing in the silence pool, getting eating a lot of damage. Looks like they're not getting a whole lot of value. They got the wall, but with that 5-man push, give Hanzo a little bit of a time to catch up, or try and catch up in experience. But it doesn't look like they got much of an increase in their position. 10s are going to be picked up by a FileFin. Looking at our gem count, does look like Tass does have the capability of going ahead and turning in. They are going to turn in down 10s though, so that is a potential detriment for them if they turn in too soon without securing 10 first. Looks like Kurt is going to go ahead and secure this camp during the turn in, so that does give them a little bit of pushing power. Hanzo's going to sit down here and clear this camp that was taken by FileFin Mrgles, and hopefully secure level 10 for his team to get some value out of this push. It's actually decent timing by them, but they are split a little bit here. Their tank and one of their ranged DPS in the bot lane. Tank rejoins the fight, gonna throw a hook out on ETC. He is eaten, however, Nazebo's in a little bit of a rough spot. Gonna bring ETC back to the wall. He's gonna try and slide out, get shoved all the way back into the fort. Kurt with a pull. He tried to mosh to save his life, but that didn't go as planned. So Mosh on a partial cooldown, his life on a partial cooldown. Meanwhile, any other ults come out? Looks like Kerrigan ult went out. What did we take for ults? Deckard putting everyone to sleep with stories, however, it looks like he's probably going to die. Ring goes out. Kerrigan actually manages to live, but I don't think she's going to live for very long. Naz ult goes out, secures kill on the Rainer, continues to go on the Deckard, but Deckard walks away without issue. Meanwhile, we have push going decently well into this top fort. They've already secured bot fort. Looks like they're trying to get top here as well. Stitch is a little bit out, getting slowed by the Jaina. It's constant action. So let's stop here just a moment. Look at our ults chosen by both teams. We have Ravenous Fury, Summon Ultralisk, Gorge, Massive Shove, and Dragon's Arrow. Dragon's Arrow was used in that fight. I did miss it. I do apologize. On the side of FileFin Mrgles, we have a Hyperion, Stay a While, Mosh, Ring of Frost, and Leap. All, once again, general all-around good talents. Alright, so we have no turn-in potential for Tass though. They are down still a little over a level. And then we have FileFin capable of turning in, but they have to possibly try and pick a fight or sneak someone top to get a turn in. Looks like Lawlins might be rotating up there, but no, he sees the stitches and decides to just kind of stay put. If they can just hold on for 13 without getting engaged on, they can actually force an engagement and then get their turn in. Zoom out just a little bit more here. Stitches potential to get picked, however, they did go ahead and back off and give FileFin the ability to turn in. Stitches in here, he is looking for something. He does grab a gorge on the cow. He is going to go ahead and get rooted, put to sleep. Leap comes in, arrow comes out from the Hanzo. Stukov goes down. Sonya's going to go down along with Raynor. Kerrigan is in there all over the back line. ETC is also in the other side, and he gets put to sleep. So that is a 1-for-3 on that task, though, and due to that, this push is probably going to get shut down pretty hard. Hanzo's going to go ahead and step up here and try and pick up some soak, clear out this lane as much as possible. Now, he is Redemption, so he does have Redemption with Ignore All Distractions, so he does have insta-kill on the minions. However, he doesn't have Fantastic Clear by himself on the Spider. He also is in a little bit of an out there position. He does just leap out and doesn't get punished for his position there. So still a little bit of a Webweaver health. They are going to get top well. They did get mid wall, one tower bot in the gate, but it doesn't look like they're going to get much else here. So FileFin's push essentially shut down. ETC is going to get gorged again. Stitches has zero fear of gorging the cow. Cow in a little bit of a rough spot. However, Kerrigan dies for that. Not sure. She's just in a rough position. Got CC'd. Don't know what happened there, but that is a 1-for-1. It does leave FileFin without a tank. Stitches gets turned in. They are quite a bit closer than FileFin to a turn in. However, due to the kills, FileFin has started to come back in terms of experience and levels here. So much more even game, except for in terms of levels, they are about half a level behind at this point. However, they are down 2 structures. Now lanes are getting pushed in quite a bit here. Top lane at the very least. Mrgles secure a camp bot that's going to push a little bit. Meanwhile, we're just doing the dance at this point. We have a camp being picked up by Kurt Dog and Rigor Mortis. That will give them the potential to push mid lane, while Sonya is up top clearing out minions deep in their own territory. Tomgin scouting out, looking to see, alright, what's our team doing? What's the other team doing here? Sparrow's going to go ahead and for the sneaky turn in. This will give them a Webweaver just in time to push with their camp. Good root by Stukov. They're going to go ahead and eat the ETC. However, he does get rooted, so he doesn't take it too far. Arrow comes out to zone out the rest of the team. Meanwhile, we have Spirit out, does get slid by the ETC, so Spirit gets shut down pretty quickly. Ultralisk out there, he's going to go ahead and die to literally everybody. Hyperion came out. I don't think it did a whole lot due to the camp pushing with them. So we still do have Ring, we still do have Mosh, Leap. We have a lot of ults on the side of FileFin. So once this push comes in, if they could kill this camp, they could actually just run past and drop everything and secure a decent amount of kills onto that Tass. Though, let's see if they go for it. Kerrigan getting pretty low, the poke by Raynor. Tomgin, he looks like he's stepping up. It's like he wants to go. He wants to run in and mosh. However, Lawlins gets hooked and then grabbed. Good peel by the ETC, however, he ends up still going to sleep. Meanwhile, Deckard puts everyone on the side of that Tass to sleep, but they wake up almost immediately and continue with this push. They do look like they are going to secure at least one keep, but everything's pushed so far in, they could potentially secure all 3, if not in the game here. Kerrigan in there. She does go ahead and drop the cocoon, keep herself alive. We got to grab onto two-man ring. We got to grab on Sonya. He's just going to go ahead and put her back on their own side. We do have Rekt chasing down the Hanzo, who's incredibly low, but he does die to minions. Sonya does also go down. Now, two keeps down, two big waves. This actually is a very good chance for Tass, though, to go ahead and end the game, and it looks like they are going to go ahead and try. They are on core with Nazalt. We have Lawlins go ahead and shut that down, but it does not matter. Core is at 5%, and game number 1 goes to Tass, though. Fantastic first game. Was back and forth a little bit. Does look like Tass, though, did have a pretty commanding lead. However, FileFin had the potential to come back, but ended up going and just kind of putting an end to that. Or Tass, though, put an end to FileFin's comeback story. So take a look at our stats here. Naz, Raynor, almost identical DPS. 10 kills each. Decent healing from both. Just purely looking at stats. Kerrigan self-healing and shields, though, that paints a decent picture of her ability to just sustain through engagements. Let me go ahead and figure out what we're doing for game number 2. FileFin will get the choice of map or first pick. Alright, so once again, take a look at our stats while we're waiting for a response. Overall siege, Naz did an absolutely immense amount of siege, followed by Hanzo too. Like, both of them just crushed the siege, the experience, or the minions. Essentially, this map we're gonna kill everything, and they did a great job of that. Followed decently distantly by Raynor and Sonya, but overall, Soak. Stitches surprisingly ended up picking more. Well, not surprisingly, with the experience changes, Stitches, the tanks being able to step up and pick up experience makes a lot more sense. So didn't seem to have that on the side of or on the side of FileFin. Primarily their soak was in their off lane, and then their one of the DPS, Allen stepping up, grabbing the soak when he could. So we will look for game number 2. Let's see, we have Lawlins messaging me. We are going to go to Braxis. Let me go ahead and have them set up map. All right, so game number 1. Once again, let's take a look at our overview here. Tass, though, will pick, we'll take game number 1. FileFin will take map. Let's go ahead and update that. They are taking us to Braxis Holdout. Not a personal favorite of mine to play. However, is the potential to have a go ahead and move over to the maps here. Does have the potential to be a decently fun map to watch. Let's see. Let's get Tass though in here. So, game number 1. Definitely a decent showing by both teams. Tass just managed to secure a lot more, even despite hitting level 10 second, I believe. They were able to secure the later game objectives and get a really strong push, get a few key picks. Make sure that they update the lobby here. Alright. Make sure that we get the correct things set up. Alright, once again, anybody who's just joining us, this is Tass, though, versus the FileFin Mrgles. I'm gonna go ahead and get this set up real quick. Let's see, we're gonna swap things with swap everyone over. So we're on the wrong side. Is the bane of the caster. Everyone being on the incorrect side of the things. Alright, so everyone, we have draft. Let's see, FileFin. Make Kurt captain. Fantastic. Kurt dog. Alright, let's make sure that we are good to go here. Oops. Apologies, I moved to the wrong thing. Let's move over to this. You guys don't really care to see my stream in my stream. Streamception. Alright, we have a ready by Tass though. Ready by FileFin. We are going to go here in just a few seconds. Alright, let's get it started. Alright, Axis Holdout, once again chosen by FileFin Mrgles. Tass though will have first pick. Let's see what they ban here. Last game, they banned out a Joe first. They are first pick. Let's see if they decide that the Joe is worth picking for themselves. Looks like they are going to ban Ragnaros. Good, strong ban. He's fantastic at helping defend Zerg waves if you manage to lose them. I don't know for sure, but I don't think he's particularly good at holding a point. But I could be wrong. Kael'thas, response ban. Looks like FileFin wants the monopoly on the mages. We're going to get the Flaming Boy out of here. See if they prioritize the Gina or if they ban it out. This is a decent Ming map. So if they decide to ban that again, that'll be interesting. I am expecting at least one tank ban from one of these teams. There it is. All right, so Joe is not in their arsenal, at least not something that they prioritize. Just something they prioritize for a ban though. So. All right, so I'm expecting potentially another mage ban like last game. See if there's something that they saw from Tass that was actually worth getting rid of, and it looks like Stukov may have been it. That is no longer a silence pool that's going to make them miserable. So that's off the map. So that does leave a Jaina potential first pick. Take that away if they thought that that was something that FileFin was effective with. That task could decide to pick that up, or they can go ahead and secure an early tank here. Oh, they're going to go all out, pick up a Zul'jin, play the late game on a snowball map. That's ballsy. Let's see how that one goes. And, yes, FileFin. They did the thing. They picked up the Rexar. That is a terrifying hero to have on a point control map, so I'd say 90% chance of win to FileFin at this point. Rexar is a beast. No pun intended. He has a beast, but I mean, Misha's the hero. Misha's the real hero, but still. Um, that's going to be interesting to see what Tass decides to pick up as a response to that. But complementing the Rexar on in the bot lane, theoretically, is Gul'dan. Fantastic wave clear, fantastic clear on the Zerg wave. It's a late game hero. Hero hits hard at 16. Before that, he's okay. So we will see what we get from him. Now we do see two melee heroes picked up in the form of Garrosh and Kira. I wonder if that is an offlane Kira. I would be interested to see, if so, how that matchup works into the Rexar. But we do have Garrosh. Garrosh looking to essentially zone out everyone away from his Zul'jin so Zul'jin can stack in a nice, safe manner. Response ban by FileFin was the Malthael. I don't think Malthael does well into Rexar, but the offlane is my weakness. So, chat, correct me if at any point if I am incorrect, and I will add that to my learning. But Ariel ban, good combo with the Gul'dan, so that's a good ban from that Tass though. Response pickup Anna Diablo. Anna, great hero for sustaining the Gul'dan. Fantastic ability to keep his health at a high level so that he can just press D on cooldown, almost clutch it on cooldown. And then at 10 we have the spell power boost through the roof, give Gul'dan just immense cooldowns. That is a potent combo. And then Diablo's just a decent tank to bully enemy heroes. Tass, I am proud. You're gonna live up to your name, and you're going to select a Tassadar as a hero. I love everything about it. And they're gonna pair that with a Mrgles. Mrgles alt with the Zul'jin. They are hyper carrying with the Zul'jin. I better see at least 300 stacks by 10 minutes, or I'll be an incredibly sad bird. Last pick by FileFin, Lunara. Normally under normal circumstances, I would love that pick into a Garrosh. I'm not sure that it's going to be fantastic with the double support. Shields tend to cut the effectiveness of dots pretty well, but that into the Mrgles you can end up draining out the Mrgles energy through just constant dots. That plus the Gul'dan combo together, that could actually be really effective to just shut down the double support decently well. But we'll see how well the double support goes into the double pokey dots in the form of the Gul'dan and the Lunara. All right, everyone, game 2. Once again, Div C West. On the left, we have FileFin Mrgles. On the left, we have Tass, though. On the right, we have FileFin Mrgles. We're going to go to our game overlay here. We are best of 3. Game 1 picked up a win. Tass, though. See if they can close this game out in game number 2 on FileFin's map pick. Alright, start with our introductions. On the right side, once again, Tomgin we have on the Rexar, or on the Misha I should say. Wrecked on the Lunara, Lullins on Diablo, Smoke on Gul'dan, and Stony on Grandmama. Joe's low on the side of Tass, though, on the Kira in the offlane. Gonna be watching that real closely. Ooh, Kira has dropped. Javaro, she's back. Javaro on the Garrosh. Emo Santiago on the Mrgles, Kurt Dog on their namesake hero Tassadar, and Rigor Mortis on that, hopefully, hyper carrying Zul'jin, hopefully for them. Alright, Kurt Dog gonna go ahead and throw out the map hacks, and then he's gonna go ahead and throw out all of his abilities, get out of there. Diablo went full in, looking for a pick. He's going to look to be a bully early on, however, he doesn't have souls, so he will struggle to be incredibly aggressive. Meanwhile, Trevorrow does not give a damn, going to walk into, look and pick people up. He does get a throw, but he throws him basically straight up in the air and doesn't catch him. He does try to, Diablo does try to punish him, but it is Diablo that gets punished for stepping up. Kurt Dog takes half his health from the Gul'dan E. Meanwhile, Jazlo up top, abusing the bear. This is animal abuse. Stop it. Stop this. But she's going to pay for it. She's going to eat ravens to the face. The wilds will fight back. I do like the Kira option. Actually, looking at this, it looks like she can poke through the bear, try and get a decent amount of damage on Misha and force her to back up. And if Rex starts to press up too much, because of the AoE skill shot, he actually can struggle. I'm not sure stunning the bear is the correct choice, but see how that goes. Meanwhile, back bot lane, poke wars are ongoing. Let's take a look at our talents here real quick. QC's feedback on Mrgles, Sign Fusion. So we have Storm build coming out from Tass, Fiddle Wounds, W build on the Kira. Headhunter, alright, so Zul'jin is banking on the kills. Warbreaker from Garrosh, standard. Devil's Due, Echo Corruption, Contact Healing, Birds of Prey, Sentinel Wisp, all very standard. We do have a Garrosh that is deep in there. Mrgles is trying, we got shields coming out, so he's abusing the fact that he is nearly immortal, but I think he's being a little bit too aggressive. His supports are wanting a pay raise at this point. So, FileFin, a little low. We're going to run out of mana here decently soon. Trevorrow literally does not care. He is running at the Diablo, throwing him, stunning him. My own team has told me that Diablo and Garrosh is not any fun, so I believe it. I see it happening. Trevorrow once again steps up. Doesn't go for the throw though. I don't wonder if it was off cooldown. Back top lane. Looks like Rexar is decently healthy. No mana though. Jaslo decently low as well. Now, we have a pretty significant experience difference. That Tass just completely owning with the in terms of experience, probably because they can just step up and they're just destroying this structures. We have a dead bear. We have a dead bear. So Kira's gonna have a little bit of a time where she can actually sit and just kind of own the lane. But again, they're both so they're both decently ability based, so that's gonna be a struggle. Warbreaker quest finished by Garrosh, so he will be able to stun and throw a lot more often. Kurt gets pulled in, does go ahead and E out. Trevorrow's still stepping up. Now, during all this, they permanently had said they basically built a hotel on this capture point, and they decided this is ours forever. Nobody's taking this from us, and they get 100% to 18% Zerglaive. Now, they had already pushed through the fort wall. And the fort is now dead. There's no longer a fort. There is, however, a keep wall, and they are going to walk straight at that. Decent amount of stacks on Echo Corruption. He's at 28, so I mean, this game's probably going to be end by level 9. But if they manage to get to level 16, that will work out for them. So Garrosh gets flipped over, throws Diablo back over, but Garrosh ultimately is the one that goes down. So pushed a little bit too hard. And because of that, their push is pretty much going to end here. Crit Dog goes to sleep. Meanwhile, top lane, Zerglaive cleaned up by Kira, by herself. Good job there. Misha's coming back up, going to scout out this push and see what's going on. Experience still in the favor of Tass though, by almost a full level, or over a full level at this point. We have a rotation coming up. An aggressive camp steal by Tass though. Take a look at our talents. Level 7s, we have range, restoration, Healmonger, standard build from Kira, Arcanite Axis. We actually have the makings of a mage build. So I've never understood Headhunter with mage build. I don't know. There's nothing about Headhunter except for the range to help him stack. That really makes much of a difference, but you don't get any value. I mean, you get auto value, but you're not talenting into autos. I never quite understood taking Headhunter with Mage. Nonetheless, we have Into the Fray, Indomitable, Standard talents, Diabolical Momentum on Diablo. He's full Q. He is all in with this build. He doesn't have all in follow-up though, so that, unless he's looking to just erase someone himself or just consistently be, but you know, he's into a Garrosh, so he's gonna struggle regardless. Echo Corruption almost done by Gul'dan. Hunger for Power. I took Improve Life Tap. Standard Grenades. Aspect of the Beast. Okay, so we have potential for decent Misha things. And Splintered Spear. So we have standard talents from Lunar. Now, our offlane setup has changed a bit. We have Tass versus Lunara. I wonder if that's because they decided that that Tasso decided they didn't need Testar with the 4-man, but that they wanted to get some more value with other heroes, maybe with Kira in the 4-man. Who knows? I do know that they did step off for a camp. They are over a level ahead. They are with 10 first. We did get Stim, Force Wall. What's the name of the Kira ult? Final Strike. We do have the commitment to the Mage level 10 with Guillotine, and then Taunt. Forward's Challenge from our Garrosh. He's going to try and step up, however, he's going to go to sleep and then eat a few tower shots, so he's not going anywhere else with that. This is a 5-man top at the moment. Looks like Kira's going to go ahead and head down and try and intercept the Lunara. See if Rekt walks out. Looks like just going to step up and get the point. However, we did get a lock in looking for an engagement. That was a fantastic hit on the Guillotine. Gul'dan does go down for that. Mrgles is going to go ahead and pop his one in order to secure this fort. And then but that Tasso will have free reign in both lanes to kind of just do whatever they want. Flip on Tass. Tass goes ahead and phase shifts out. Meanwhile, Mrgles is going to go ahead and continue to stack his level 1. Let's take a look here. He is at 16 stacks, so he's a little over halfway. Level 10's coming up soon for FileFin Mrgles. Now, with that, they are going to go ahead and that Tass is going to pick up their Zerg Wave 100% to 18 yet again. And they're going to go ahead and opt a boss with that. Now, it looks like FileFin is smelling this out. They're going to go ahead, they're going to try. Diablo's got to go in hard for this, but unfortunately does get force walled. He does get taunted, stunned by Kira. Fantastic fear to get that Tass out of there. There goes the APOC. We do have Garrosh in there. Misha goes down. And then the first real kill of this team fight, we have Mrgles, followed by Gul'dan. Lawlins is in there. Sony's trying to keep him alive as much as possible, but looks like he's going to go ahead and go down too. Jump in on Tongan. Rexar is going to go to sleep. Force wall out. And Cryptdog is going to try and run down Rekt. See if we have another force wall to catch them just in time. Does not look like it. But meanwhile, top lane, Diablo traded his soul, so he is back. He's going to go ahead and get grabbed. With the Zerg Wave occupying the fort, they are able to just step in and pick up this Diablo. However, Trevorrow did not quite get the stun follow-up after the throw, and he is going to go to sleep due to that. I think? Maybe not. He's a tanky boy. He's fine. Kira, once again, is a bot. Maybe back, not sure. They don't have everyone up here, though. Trevorrow has literally 1 health. Oh, nope, he has more health. He got healed. But Misha goes down. Kira is a bot yet again. She's going to go down. Now, with Kurtog and Trevorrow both really low, this push... Are they going to end with this boss? I think they're... I mean, they're going to get core damage regardless, so this is a win-win for them, but I don't know... I don't think they win yet. Mr. Gul'dan killed, traded with the Zul'jin, or with the Gul'dan kill. So FileFin will take the opportunity to chase off that Tass, though, but that Tass gets core down to 67%, halfway on this keep. Keep wall's gone. That is unfortunate for them. Nobody opted to pause. So, all right. So, once again, a pretty commanding lead by Tass though. They do have 13s first. Take a look at our 13 talents here. We have System Shock. Good support option. I'll put this away just for a moment. They did. Tass did walk into a pretty tight spot into a lot of AOE damage. However, Diablo might go down. Nope. Lenora goes to the leaping. She ends up going to sleep because she just gets caught. Diablo gets grabbed. He's gonna get thrown in and probably murdered. There we go. Misha's gonna go to sleep. Meanwhile, we have Cap grabbed by FileFin, just enough to kind of push out the lane. However, they may not live long enough to really see much value out of that. So Tass walks away, bruised but not beaten. They're going to go ahead and continue to take camps. Meanwhile, Kurtog come down here and clear up the bot lane, try and keep as much map pressure for Tass though as they possibly can. Let's see. I can indeed. One moment. This is on by default. My apologies. There we go. There we go. Now you can't see it anymore. My crosshairs on. My apologies. Alright, so it looks like Tass will go ahead and secure bot keep as well. The question is, on even talent tiers, are they going to trade their lives for it? Allen's going in aggressive. He does go ahead and go in on the Mrgles, gets flipped. There is an APOC. Fear goes out. That does end up... They are going to go ahead and secure the... No, they are not. Mrgles walks away. Gul'dan dies. Oh my goodness, everyone dies. There's so much death going on here. Mrgles is a boss. Lolland's trying. Please, dive the Mrgles. Focus Mrgles. Nope. Mrgles walks away alive. Rexxar is the only thing alive. However, Misha, the primary hero, is not there. So Samgen's gonna go ahead and leave. And Diablo did get souls, but he is back up. So they do have half a hero and another half a hero. So they have a whole hero between Baby Diablo and Rexxar without Misha. Oh, Misha's back. So they have a chance. Everyone's back up on the side of FileFin. Lolland's going in hard, trying to keep them here so that his team can actually pick up some kills. Kira dies, but it does look like Lenora ends up going down anyway. They are going to go ahead and still keep putting this push in. They don't even care about objective. They want to continue to get core damage, and with a Zul'jin pocketed by Mrgles, that is likely to actually happen. Nano boost on the Gul'dan, so he's a bit of a threat, however, not into a stacked Zul'jin. Zul'jin is putting him to sleep. Anna's going to go to sleep. We are at 10% on core. Tomgen going to go to sleep. Well, not quite. Core goes to sleep before Tomgen, so that is game number 2 on Braxis to Tass, though. A very swift 2-0 for Tass, though. Both teams, thank you very much for coming out and playing this evening. That was spectacular. I very much enjoyed that. Take a look at our stats. Kira actually doing a pretty immense amount of damage. Probably just from wailing on the bear. I might mean to make a phone call about that after. Let me get a hold of one of our captains. Pull him into a chat here. So that map was Kira. Jaslo did fantastic. Just owning the off lane, soaking, came in, did a job, went in. Just Kira, fantastic play all around. Nothing too substantial. Tass got some heals. Mrgles definitely, that double support really worked out for them. They got an immense amount of people living that probably shouldn't have continued to live. Switch over my overlay here just a moment. Trying to see, is there anything that really stands out. Like I said, Kira did work, but looks like they weren't able to do a whole lot with the Lunara. That was my concern, was the shields. Shields are the bane of my existence when I play Lunara. Um, but let's go ahead. I'm gonna grab Kurt Dog and have a chat with him. All right. Let's start a voice call here. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Let me go ahead and update my score screen here. We have Tass, though, 2-0 over FileFin Mrgles. There we go. Let's go ahead and update our... Instead of looking at my ugly mug, let's go ahead and switch over to the overview screen. You guys can kind of see what went on here. And Kurtzog, welcome.
How's it going?
I've had a blast tonight. How about you?
Doing pretty well. Doing good, man. Appreciate thanks for casting us, man.
No problem. I enjoy this. It's been over a year. Picked up a game randomly throughout the week. I'm like, hey, I can start scheduling these now. Got everything set up, and you guys got to be my first, shall we say, real cast with all of the things. So again,
Oh,
thank
hell
you.
yeah.
So those were two pretty dominant games by you.
Yeah, they felt good. You know, we didn't want to underestimate them. I mean, I think right now they haven't won yet, but I mean, you still can't underestimate anybody. Anybody could come out. They actually they came out the gate game number 1 really hard, and we had to kind of adapt and get our bearings back. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like game number 1 that they were actually starting to roll a comeback. They had level 10s first. They got a turn in, but they didn't do anything with the objective. You guys managed to secure 3 kills during their push, and that effectively shut that down.
Right.
And then you guys turned around. I was concerned that you were going to go for your first turn in down 10s, but you got the camp. You guys did a great job having Kerrigan and at least one friend at one time or another picking up that middle camp, that bruiser camp, and actually pushing with it. And you timed it really well with that first push.
Yeah, if you can get that, if you can time things right, on any map, really. I mean, it's just a timing game, really. So, like, you know, you can get an objective and it does nothing, but if you get a camp or a kill at the right time, then it's like 3 forts, you know. So it can change pretty quickly depending on how you time stuff out.
Yeah, and like I said, you guys pushed pretty hard, and I was astounded by how well you guys worked out. Like you pushed to end. I wasn't sure whether or not that was going to happen up until you guys had 3 lanes pushed in, secured 2, I think almost all 3 keeps, and then just kept going, and just got kill after kill after kill, and ended up just ending that game.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, game number 2, if I had to pick an MVP, that would be Jazlo on that Kira. They were pretty dominant in the solo and in the team fights.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he did a good job in the solo, and he managed to do, like, let me see here, triple and a half my Tassadar damage in the solo lane. So
Yeah, it was immense. Like the amount of impact that they had on that hero all around was I wasn't sure how the Kira versus Rexar worked out, and I'm probably gonna steal that and try and apply it to my own offlaner because you guys did
right.
you did a lot of work against that, because I said in draft they have Rexar, they basically win the game, and then
You'd
you
think
guys
so, yeah.
now
I think sticky, like if you have somebody that's sticky on Rexar and you kind of ignore Misha and just get on the Rexar himself, I don't think he's as strong as people make him out to be. He's definitely has his place in the game, but he can be beat in the solo. And
yeah
then our goal was just to win the 4-man. So, and then even if we lose the Rexar lane, which obviously in this case, like Joss, he beat that lane, so that was a bonus. But yeah, our objective was just kind of win the 4-man against Rexar comps, and then if you can beat him or trade with him, then it's just a win-win.
And you guys dominated the 4-man. Like I was kind of checking on the Kira Rexar fight, and then I hopped down. You guys are through a fort wall at like 5 minutes. It's like, all
Yeah,
right, well, this is the thing.
yeah.
Now your Zul'jin pick, I was actually a little bit concerned. Late game hero on a relatively early game, snowball potential map. What's I saw he went mage build. What's the plan with the Zul'jin?
He went mage build.
Started to at the very least. Let's see.
What a scrub.
Yeah, full mage.
Yeah, well, I think 2-lane maps in general, Zul'jin could be pretty good just because you can stack against them easily.
Yeah, he got
So,
pretty
and I
stacked.
think, yeah, Braxis is a good Zul'jin map, but I didn't know he went mage build. That's yeah,
All right. Well,
that's a discussion for another day.
yeah, I'm sure I'd catch if I ever went mage build. My B train would hit me with his own axe. So,
Right.
well, I appreciate you letting me cast you guys here and joining me here. Is there any shout outs, any comments, anything you would like to make to your team, to the NGS community, to your opponents?
Sure, man. Yeah, just basically everyone you just mentioned. It's you, it's the community, NGS. Definitely shout outs to them for putting this league, and it's still going strong, and it's a lot of fun. Shout outs to the team, the other team, shout outs to them. And yeah,
All right. Well, you heard it here. Shout outs to everyone watching,
everyone.
everyone in NGS. Just add everyone in NGS. No, don't do that because.
Pretty much everyone in this community, just shout outs to y'all. So
Well, once again, thank you. Congratulations on your 2-0. You guys makes you 6-1, I believe now.
I think so, yep. Oh, and also rigor mortis, my boy, he still has not died. Somebody take him down,
Really?
please.
I
Yeah,
didn't even
this is
notice.
our seventh. This was our 7th game, and he has not died one time in 7 games. Like, enough is enough. He's not a god. He bleeds. Somebody kill this guy.
Put him in his place. Shut him down. Humble him a
Right.
little bit,
Just
right?
even if you lose the match, just all 5 of you guys just dive him and take him down. I'm sick of hearing about it. Like
Then,
every time we practice. So, oh, I haven't died yet. Yeah, take him down.
then B-step him. Take a note from my team. Make sure you B-step him.
Of course.
All right. Thank you once again for joining me here. You have
All
a
right, man.
wonderful night and enjoy the rest of your season. All right.
Thank you. You too, Matt. Hey, thanks. I appreciate taking the time to cast this.
Oh, thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye bye.